Start stream. Do do do. What am I doing? Do 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 do. Choo, choo, choo. And welcome to stream. Happy Friday. It is Star Wars Friday. Another one. I cannot believe that Jordan, I tried to play with you, man. I tried to play with you, and as soon as you hear me talking, it's like, let's play. You're so demanding. Anyway, you have new paper. I hope you enjoy it. That said, it's Star Wars Friday. And, yes, it's Star Wars Friday again. Holy smokes. It's been a long, long, long week. I mean, it's been long. In fact, after this book review, I will probably be fairly quiet. So, just as an FYI. That said, we have a book review today. Escape from freaking Valo. Oh, preamble. I will be on the Nerdiverse Live podcast tonight talking about all the things of the Nerdiverse this week, including, I would assume, Xbox price drop, couple of trailers, and something else. I have to do podcast prep after this. So, on that note, we are to our book. 49 people currently reading this. Very interesting detail. So, Escape from Valo. This is, I don't know, the 19th book of the High Republic series. I have no idea. I think I have I got a small glimpse at the list left, and I think I still have like another 7 books left, which is just mind-boggling to me how long this series is. This thing is insane. At any rate, Escape from Valo finds ourselves still dealing with the Nihil incursion zone. So these specific Jedi are trapped within the incursion zone, and they are, well, one, Ram Jamaram, his name is right there, Ram Jamaram. He is portraying himself as some sort of pirate to disrupt the Nihil activities, and he finds himself some younglings who have been stranded and on their own since the Nihil inclusion zone popped up, which in itself is a fantastic, um, I guess, plot point. Um, where they've just built a complete solid border and nothing can really go in or out. I don't know how you do that in a galaxy. That to me is still kind of like whatever, but who knows? The aliens may come and they're like, "Oh yeah, you've been in a bubble. Okay, you can go there now." All right, never mind. Anyway, that said, what do we have in this book? Um, This is not my favorite book. In fact, this book I started February 2nd. Whatever the last High Republic book was, it was pretty solid. It was still an interlude between the last kind of major event within the series where the Nihil F things up again. And this book, yes, I want to note, it's fiction, it's middle grade, audiobook, fantasy, young adult. I'm sure there are more science fiction, LGBT, it's all of those things, right? So this is not necessarily a book written specifically for the Star Wars that I am attuned to. What I do find and I'm looking forward to is Star Wars has a way, and I'm especially assuming in the series since the series started kind of backwards and now we're kind of working our way through, give or take. I don't necessarily know. Anyway, um, the known Dark Senate. Do I play D&D? I used to play D&D, and I have recently programmed my AI so that we are playing Heroes Alliances, which I Little Tyke I haven't been able to play since. It's amazing. Essentially, it's superheroes D&D. But at any rate, I told GPT, I'm like, I want to play Heroes Alliances. I got a random die generator rolled up in the other browser, and so now I just speak and talk and do it myself. So I will be playing more D&D because I'm definitely going to be doing this with Dark Sun, a Dark Sun run because I used to play Dark Sun, and I'll probably do an advanced D&D. So, in answer to your question, the known Dark Senate, I like your name. Um, yeah, question mark. Like most things by myself. Um, that said, ah, that's super interesting. Yeah, I mean, quite possibly. I I keep a relatively busy schedule, which is one of the reasons I don't play D&D with a group of people because it's like who can sit down for 4, 5, 6 hours and get in a good campaign. That said, I'm interested in the words that you're saying, in theory. So, um, you can leave info here, my Twitter. You can jump in chat tonight because I'm sure Mike would like to hear about this on the M Nerdiverse Live podcast. So, um, that said, Escape from Valo, is there action in this book? A little action. It's kid action. It just didn't hold me. Oh, that's what I was saying. I started this book February 2nd. I ended this book like 3, 4 days ago, man. Like, it took a long time to get through this 5 hour book. So it's really held up my High Republic journey. That said, we got through it. The ending, I will give it this. The ending was, entertaining the last hour or so. No, I would definitely not call myself a DM. That is not going to happen. That's why I play with GPTs, because I don't have to worry about said things. Um, it can be DM. And in fact, Mike asked me if we could possibly set that up online with GPT running like a full campaign. And honestly, it's completely possible, but I haven't wrapped my head around it because I haven't had the brain space to think about it. But it is in the future plans. Big E, yo, Star Wars Friday, what up? Thank you for joining. Discord community, VC video, Thursdays or Fridays bi-weekly, 1 to 4. Oh yeah, that probably is not going to work. Fridays, I have Star Wars Friday, and the podcast tonight, an hour. Yeah, man, scheduling's the hardest part. It's really the hardest part, but like, trust me, if there were just unlimited money and I didn't have to like try and like make it. There's nothing more I do like to wake up and play a D&D run on a Thursday and just stay up till whenever. But hell, I go to I go to sleep late on Friday night on M Nerdiverse, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. So. Biggie, welcome. We're just wrapping up the High Republic review of Escape from Valo, which I did mention to you last week. So overall, what ends up happening is these kids they take on the Nihil, and that's cool. Like that's cool. You're taking on the Nihil. The Nihil. That said, it's literally a book probably written, or in my opinion, wrote for 10-year-olds. Like it reads that young for me, or at least especially listening to it. That said, Danielle Jose Older is also a writer of a book that I'm also not a big fan of within this series called Midnight Horizon. That was not fantastic. Last Shot, freaking awesome. Race to Crash Point Tower, pretty good. Haven't read the other two. But so, um overall, and Biggie, you asked me, hey, have you ever given a Star Wars book a one? No, I'm a Star Wars stan. Like every Star Wars book has merit. Every Star Wars book is worth a read, and there's something for everyone in every book. This book is primarily about um, a not yet Patent One Jedi becoming a master to some younglings. And so, on that note, we give it a 2 out of 5. It's not a high 2. It's a low 2. It is a 2.0 out of 5. So, no offense to Escape from Valo and Daniel, and in fact, funny story, I posted one of my very first Twitter reviews after Midnight Sun, and I was like, Midnight Sun wasn't my favorite thing, 2 out of 5. This dude tweeted me. He's like, thanks, bro. It's like, what? I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. And I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm not bashing on Star Wars, but. Um, I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Lord knows they heard me at work today. So I'm not sure what may be happening on this side. Internet's good, everything's good, and Biggie, no, you can absolutely skip on Escape from Valo. I don't know what book number this is. It's high, it's up in there. I don't really not sure, but it is at least book 15, 16 within the High Republic series. So, on that note, we will have a review on the Living Force coming up because it is turned into one of my best, most favorite Star Wars books ever. And so we will be having a review of that coming up because I'm just finishing my second reread. What else am I almost done with here? And then we will hop onto our game. On my second reread of Sanctuary Bad Batch, we're about to wrap that up. I'm on my second reread of Thrawn Ascendancy. I won't be doing a review, that was just for my fun and pleasure. I just started the next High Republic book, which is Defy the Storm, and actually starts out just much better. And then just the other night, I started Poe Dameron's Freefall. So, per normal, you can always listen to any of these books on Libby. Go to sign up, support your local library, get a library card, absolutely free. And yeah, that's where I listen to the majority of my books far. And we're almost done with Isar's Revenge. the next to last, the 10th book in the X-Wing series, but I read 11 before I read 10, so, but I think there's only 12, so only one book left of that, and we will be done. The Living Force is amazing. It's amazing, and the reason it's amazing is because my first read, I thought it was something, and it wasn't what I expected, and so I think I was a little butthurt because I was expecting laser swords and whatnot. Because you look at the cover and you're like, "What what's happening right now? We don't need to be loading in anything. At least it's working." My computer was running terribly. Um, you think it's one thing, but in honestly, and I think Biggie, you'll definitely relate to it. It's about Jedi doing what before they were generals, what Jedi did, which is helping people, right? And so it's about the living force, as Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan in the very beginning. But Master Yoda always told me to be mindful of the force. Yes, but be mindful of the living force. Yes, Master. Same thing with it just escaped me. But there's another. Oh yeah, that's right. We picked up Mandalore. But there's another great quote about the living force, and it's just a book about people like Jedi helping people essentially because they lost touch. And one day they're like, "Oh, we kind of lost touch." So it's like Jedi road trip. Let's help people, and it's awesome. It's super cool. Okay, 1 point. We're gonna wait, because I don't exactly know. It is amazing. Upon my second read, it was a 3 out of 5 for me, and I will just spoil it right now. This book is a 5 out of 5. But you have to understand what it is that you're like reading. If you go into it like, and don't get me wrong, there's a cool scene, there's a bad guy that's as gnarly as like Martian Row.
It's been a while since you've docked here, eh? I suppose the lockdown has hurt your... Oh, it must be hard to shuttle people when nobody's allowed to
in the High Republic.
The blockade has been bad for everyone.
So it does have its moments, but there's really a better... Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Ahsoka, Anakin, and the Ahsoka series. Will I have nothing to teach my Padawan? And she's like, is war all I know? And it's like, no, we did stuff before this. What was that? Ah, yeah, we help people.
Your manifest says it's been 2 months since you last came here. Nothing new. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in all Republic vessels must be searched. And the delays are turning pilots grey before their time. And ever since the Republic fired on our bad days. Bad days. And things are getting worse.
I did watch Maul this week.
Quickly, if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so the inspection's just a formality.
So good.
Here's your starport visa. Don't lose it. They're If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. Then certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
Most action-packed and quality reads. First, and I think you're already reading Maul Lockdown. I turned you on to that. Quality read. Quality read. Doesn't have much to do with anything, but quality read.
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis? I see. Is your ship... Do you have any crates of weapons or other military... You're free to go. Don't lose your...
I'm gonna cheat for just a hot quick second because there's so many books that just pop in my head. So, you can see all of my books over at my Goodreads. I don't even know what my username is. Like, somehow I have followers, but look under Brian Washington. Action-packed quality reads. I'd love to put Sanctuary in there, but it is what it is. I don't know if you're into the High Republic, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So, starting with... God, which one do I want to start with? If you're into lore, and as well as, like, action-packed, Phasma, fantastic book. Alphabet Squadron series, it is, kind of like an in-between prequel type
Let's hurry
thing
this up.
to...
I want him escorted out of here
after...
quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a...
You're a Republic spy in your propaganda.
But, well, you can't be serious. You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is with...
One more word of... What are you looking...
Please, sir, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen.
A warrant? General Vaklu, it was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before they could leave... That is classified... I don't have time to answer your Men, let him go. We'll be back with a court order. And you should watch yourself.
I don't know how to thank you. Eventually they'll come back for me. Thank you.
Alphabet Squadron is a three books, and the first book is a little rough, but the second and third books are, which is the ones I was talking about turning you on to, they're fantastic. That is Alphabet Squadron is 1, Shadowfall 2, and then they don't have the name of the third one on Goodreads. There's no cover there, so I didn't even get it in. So I can't tell you the name of that. But that's one. Have you read the Battlefront books? Inferno Squad? You a clone guy? Man, you want to get into it? That's one. Everybody needs help.
Please, Captain, help me. My children and I are desperate to get off. My husband. We have seen many wars on Earth. I've told you our story.
Yeah, we're just not going to do that now. I'm going to finish this question. So, God, I'm going to tell you the X-Wing series in itself, like, who said? The known Dark Senate? The X-Wing series in itself, the 12-book series featuring Wedge, that is a action-packed series. That everything. It's like a D&D freaking, like, up in the air with X-Wings and the Empire, and it's awesome. Every single book, Kratos Virus. Another one I want to turn you on to is, if you're a clone guy, action-packed, quality reads, Star Wars Allegiance. It's about a bunch of good stormtrooper type clones. Dope book. And then of course you have the Clone Wars series. No Prisoners Part 1. Wild Space, or No Prisoners is 3, Wild Space is 2, and then it's Clone Wars 2.5 novelization, which gives you kind of, takes place in the middle of a Clone Wars type of episode, but you get a tad bit of backstory. All of those books, clone forward, all of them action, all of them awesome.
I'm Captain Galicioff, if you want to pass here. you want to pass... Everything seems... There are reports of Republic smugglers arming dissidents in the city. Checkpoints have been set up throughout this... There are two types of starport visas. The type you have is an individual visa. Good for just you and any pre-registered staff and family.
Out of all those books I just mentioned, the Star Wars Allegiance was such a surprise.
Because of the Republic attacks, General Valo just announced that the Office of... There have been a lot of edicts since the Republic launched an unprovoked attack on our... You're cleared to go.
Thanks, appreciate it. It was such a surprise that I can't help but recommend it, because you just don't necessarily see it coming, and when it hits, it's just awesome. It's awesome. And you're like, these dudes are kind of cool, man. We're not dealing with any of that right now. I can barely focus on talking. At least we were able to get back in the city. But, you know, I like a good action-packed novel. I'm a big fan of the political drama, but there's nothing better than a good, just fast action-paced one. And I'd say Bad Bat Sanctuary, but the story just falls a little flat. And thus, again, it's one of, and that's why I reread it.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe,
did I take this for
Off-worlder?
granted the first time?
How can I assist you?
Not really.
Ithorians have been buying them to help rebuild Telos. I don't know why, but ever since they started, the Beast Riders have been crawling out of the woodworks to sell them animals. But the Republic blockade has meant long delays.
I mean, the Clone Wars series is one of the first series that I read, and I was like, oh, these books are almost as good as the Clone Wars.
That's an air defense tower.
And then as I read more books, I'm like, these
Drexel
books
is a fly.
might be better than anything Star Wars has ever made. It's a slippery slope.
That's a long story. Sure you... Someone else who likes history, huh? All right. ISIS was formed pretty much at the dawn. It protected us from the dangerous beasts that litter Onderon. This city is as old as our civilization.
I've read
For
the Clone
ages,
Wars
our
series,
worst
I wanna
criminals
say
were
3
cast out of the
times
city
now.
to an almost certain
And
death.
look, I've only
wasn't
been reading
completely
Star Wars
certain,
books for 4 years.
Some of the criminals figured out how to...
So,
they learned how to tame the native beasts.
We're listening to
And it
them.
wasn't long before they turned their... attention to
Yes,
ISIS.
that does sound like a familiar name. Let me look. Of course. Yes, that is it. That is the one. Did you play, by any chance, Star Wars Republic Commando?
About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira. That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it,
Hard
Gallia was
Contact
crowned
is
queen,
one.
and finally there was peace between our people.
No Prisoners is 3. And Wild Space is 2.
It's hard to put aside. Citizens usually only see the fallen Beast Riders. Certainly, think. The...
I'm not sure I learned anything, but fair enough.
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more
How was your
war
week,
than the
Biggie?
past. Back General Vaclo in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resource. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose
Has
fallen
been
brethren have
for
brought such
thousands
misery
of
to us,
years.
have disbanded. Are you... No, they take from us. They are like Minox, sucking energy and resources.
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention.
You can't silence me forever, so... If I speak more right now, the soldiers will arrest me.
These are dangerous times. People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can. This isn't Outlaws. I was playing Outlaws and I'm expecting something bad to happen. No. Little K-Vess. So freaking awesome.
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Sure.
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalitba.
About the same. About the same.
Dahupa, bosa kurata, go,
Gonna wrap up stream, do some podcast prep, get through that, eat some pizza, and
bo bagaragawanda yaitu.
Mogachi norta hirembe wanachi, kaki mogo grabo, drum pabanakara.
Kawana bota yuntatanga kinamatura.
And that's one of the reasons I'm playing this, is because I don't know the lore regarding, like, you know, this era. I just didn't care back in the day. I just played the game. That said, I'm reading the zombie series, or listening to, called Dead America, and they're all about 2 hours, and it's literally the zombie apocalypse, but all across America, and there are like 147 books, and I am on book like 60. I listen to it every Friday. One book on a Friday per Friday. Fantastic. Looking forward to my next book.
Twaracho monsincho mento barawamba.
Moloda nawinki kawana bota.
Banyin sokokran. Kawanabota ayuka.
Kawana bota yuntatanga. Kavadumpa muns. Dovrei kun mili vuosa.
Darabinu ko sobaramwe. Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kan.
Taracho mosincho. Kavadumpa munsuru.
Dawancha mori konsova. Mawa.
Tonghite mosijochi.
Madotor. Wawani what?
Kawana bota.
Yeah, I don't know enough to have an opinion. I see Kenobi has taught you well. Anakin, what's your thoughts on this? Oh, I can see both sides of you. Whose side are you on anyway? Coruscant. Coruscants. Alright. Pretty small area? No.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, Offworlder.
Have a good one, Biggie. Thanks for stopping in, getting in your Star Wars. Nice. I like it.
The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. There's no chance of that, Offworlder. The palace is I am Captain Bastuco. I have served
20 years would mean you were here during...
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians
God
never
bless.
gave ground to any
Thank you. Have a
Onderon
great
soldier.
weekend.
Such of you could be considered
Get in some
treason.
of the relaxation.
Onderon was responsible for
Lord
much of the
knows
fighting during the last days of the war. Without General Vac...
I'm going to do as little as possible, hopefully. I do have a
General
lot of
Vaclo is
podcasts
my
to run.
superior officer, and I respect the chain of command. He kept the Resistance... There's no chance...
Tinacara, Granacha, Rakichi sa, Dakosha, Nichotolo, Punta Chakorso Lava, Jumkarataka, Chona.
Why is there always a moron? You know what I mean? Everywhere you go, why is there a moron? You know what? I think I'm gonna use that tip that they just said about. What? I don't think I up. Yeah, I didn't do any leveling up with that. 0. So he's about to get smoked. Yeah, that's the one I thought I had. Super helpful weapon. $224, $212, 2020. Okay. Now that that's done. Let's not save right there. Just
Eyes first.
Battle turns out to be a nightmare type scenario. Alright. I have a ledge. So, on that note, let's do what we do. Do what we do. Girl's throwing grenades.
Who wants to die first?
This will teach you.
I guess we better.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right?
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Have any work that needs to be done?
Seems reasonable.
Donos Imaragith, Wanarakora. Dawa Josimu Poinda Rakawa, Ichi Rendumo Paramakang, Bomabe want to Susintu Mukarata. To ask in Wamagro. Bomabe want to Susintu Mukarata. To ask Rectonatada Bear Mabar Chokto. Sebko Emariam Gawata Situ Insula Rakarakachata. Tamaso.
I wonder if the waitress will ever give me my drink.
There's got to be something you need, something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one. Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like... You won't find a better deal anywhere on Isaac.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of pizzazz?
Tawini Malre. Krachi. Jonso. Mogachi, Nota, Imbreve, Sotamici, Pratanga, non me vide tota Rojawana Chike, Bromnev. Rishunko, Jova, Ninjachi. We don't sacrate, Rotota de Jalabaraku, Kuriko Asotoe, Rinke.
Buonanotte nisso pamaranga do risa vota. Go on and me. Such a Dochi no motrunta. Lagi Kavadumpe masuraku. Crach, Mizoto Minaka de Sama Krama Crach Vituto. Bakaraze. Kavadumpe masuraku, popayi botenya, dahopo botenya go jucho picha. Kavadumpe masuraku, popayi botenya. Dahopo botenya go jucho picha. Wentaba ni sochu. Kavadumpe ma.
Pasa susho, oui. Lutanas.
This room is reserved. I suggest you leave the room off.
That's what we're looking for. Far side of the corner. Probably right up here.
I am 1B-AD, an automated droid. Reinitializing complete. 1B-AD was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. One.
Shit! Damn it. That was a little dramatic for all that. Sorry, been a long week. Ah! Sorry. Little dramatic.
This is Dagon Gant's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here. A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
It's not good.
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. If you talk to him, tell him I got his...
And that is where we're going to stop today's stream. We found our next thing to do, and thus we will go do that. But on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out today and coming in. Star Wars stream, Big E per normal, shout out the Gnome Dark Senate. I appreciate you stopping in and asking me to join a Star Wars D&D group. That sounds awesome. On that note, I will be live in Nerdiverse Podcast, me, Mike G, talking all the things of the week at 8 p.m. Central. For anything else? I don't think so. Get yourself in some games, some Star Wars, some things. But on that note, I hope you have a nice weekend. Wash out.